Introducing the next generation paper tablet. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. Meet reMarkable 2.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Keep Productive YouTube channel. It's Francesco here. Today we're doing an ultimate review on the reMarkable 2. So I'm going to be giving you some insights of using it for the last 6 months and all of the information you might need to know if you're looking to purchase one for your own productivity. Now for those who don't know, the reMarkable 2 is a paper e-reader tablet that allows you to do distraction-free work offline and also online, connecting it to their notes service. It is the second edition of the reMarkable lineup, with the reMarkable 1, which we've already done a review on. So you can use the timestamps below if you want to skip ahead to a specific section, because we'll be covering design, hardware, software, pricing, and my own experience of using it for the last few months. Now this tablet is a crazy 4.7 millimeters and it definitely looks really attractive. So let's get started what the reMarkable 2 does. Now this allows you to create documents, use templates, upload PDFs, and annotate ebooks, and also sign documents as well. It's quite a nice blend between digital and paper, and it is really thin, so it sort of feels like you are using paper. So let's start with its comparability to the reMarkable 1. It is got 3 times longer battery from the reMarkable 1. The reMarkable 1 had pretty good battery life. This, I would say, roughly gives you about 2 weeks battery life, roughly the same amount as your Kindle would do if you were a regular reader. It is also 2 times more responsive. Now, I would say the first reMarkable 1 was pretty responsive. This feels only a hair more responsive, but actually does a good job of writing in real time and being able to do all of the sort of external annotations, sending to email, and some of the pen abilities too. So let's focus on the design first. This is 4.7 millimeters thin, and it's the world's thinnest tablet. It's thinner than iPad Pro, and it also has a gorgeous finish. Not as good, I say, as the iPad, but definitely looks stunning. It'll catch people's eyes if you're in a coffee shop for sure, and it is less than 1 pound, so it's super light. So as I said, it has a really nice finish. What I particularly like is, compared to the reMarkable 1, is the back of the device. The main reason behind that is my problem was that you get scuffing on the back of the device. And when you're writing on, you're putting this to a table, it can get a bit scuffy, and also it doesn't have that grip on the table. But this one does have these little sort of legs on the back that give you good stability, but also doesn't ruin the back. So what's really nice as well is the way that they've designed the pencils. The pencils snap onto the device and they are magnetic, so that keeps them stable to the device and also support alongside. You can also charge this using USB-C, which means you can charge it using the same one that you'd charge your MacBook with. And as I said, the battery life is pretty reasonable too. For about 2 weeks, it takes you with a full battery life. Okay, so onto the hardware side of stuff. So it's a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor, which you don't really think about because this device isn't an iPad. It's not running multiple applications, but it does have great responsiveness when you're using the pen to the paper, and it was also very fast. It's got 8 gigabytes of internal storage and 1 gigabyte of RAM, which I feel does the job well. Now this is the Wi-Fi model. I don't think they have a 3G model. However, if you wanted to set it up with a personal hotspot, I believe you can. And the screen itself is roughly about 10 inches, and there is no buttons on the screen compared to the reMarkable 1 unit. There is a button at the top, which is the on-off button. But apart from that, a very sleek and clean device. So before we move on to the software and my experience with it, it's clear to mention the pricing. So the reMarkable 2 is selling for $399, and that's not including some of the additional accessories that you do get along with it. So $399 is quite high for a device like that. If you look and compare it to a basic iPad, it's roughly the same price. And of course, you can do more with an iPad, but I'll come to that later in this video. The additional accessories include a pen. The pen that you get as your $49 standard pen does not have the eraser on it, but it weighs a fairly reasonable 14 grams and does a great job job of writing on the screen. It doesn't require charging as well, and it does snap as a magnet onto the side of the unit. You can upgrade your pen and get the Pro version, which has an eraser on the back of it, which works really well, and it definitely saves you time, especially when it comes to the software side of stuff. So when you add the Pro pen and the unit price, that brings you up to $499. So it's a little bit steeper. This is designed more for people who use regular sketching and that doesn't want the iPad for distraction, or for those who use regular annotation of PDFs and ebooks. Now, if you want, you can get the folios that are with it. This is a very simple grey folio, and that's priced at $69. However, you can upgrade to a more posh $149 leather folio. The additional folios make it portable and also protect your device, and especially with such a thin device like this, you want to have that protection. And the leather ones do look nice, and you can get them in black and brown, although they do come at that steep price, these accessories. With each of the purchases, you do get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so I guess you're able to try it out for 30 days risk-free and return it if you don't like it. One of the things as well is each of the pens come with tips, and if you wanted to get additional ones, that 9 are already included in when you buy a pen. However, if you want to buy 9 more, it's $14, which is pretty steep in my opinion. So you have to be very careful with the tips. So if you want to get a reMarkable 1, they're priced at $299, which if you want a refurbished one, is slightly cheaper at $249, but still quite high. So in my opinion, it's probably better to get the reMarkable 2 compared to reMarkable 1, because there are some significant upgrades both in the software and the design. So whilst we are on the topic of pricing, obviously this is really designed for people who want a distraction-free paper-like experience. So when it comes to the software side of stuff on the reMarkable 2, very much like the reMarkable 1, it runs the same software package. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of the design of the software. It's very old looking, however, it does the job at hand. You can create folders, notebooks, quick sheets, and search throughout. Now, when you actually go ahead and create a brand new document, you can use the template gallery to find one to help you to organize that specific piece of paper or note. What's really great is there are a range of them that is designed for all different types of situations, for artists if they want to draw and sketch something, all the way to professionals that want to take meeting notes or create a checklist for an upcoming agenda. Now, there are some great annotation abilities. The pen works fantastic on this device, and it also has great input improved from the reMarkable 1, meaning you can lean the pencil and it changes the way that it appears on the screen. So that's great for shading and many different things for creatives, but also nice when you're trying to visually demonstrate something. You can change the brush size, brush color, and also choose from a range of brushes, even with calligraphy in there. Now, one of my favorite things about this device is the send by email. This is great for if you want to share externally, and particularly useful if you want and have connected up things like Evernote to it, so you can send in files for later. You can also change some of the formats so you send that over in. You can also, when you write up a page, you can convert the text and send that on, which is perfect if you have awful spelling or handwriting. For creators, there's a range of options with layers, allowing you to add different layers so that you can make modifications or changes to an existing sketch. And you can naturally export that in the PNG and PDF formats. What I really like as well is the page overview and also changing the view to landscape as well. This is all stuff that you could do in the reMarkable 1, it just continues to improve in the reMarkable 2. One thing I really like as well is the software updates that come every 3 months routinely, and the last one was particularly good because you had a zoom in option, which allows you now to zoom into documents, and which is perfect for signing things, something I actually recently discovered in the experience. So as I said, the software does a good job. It's not beautiful, however, that's a good thing about the software. In potential updates in the future, they could improve that. So one thing you can do is use the Mac app or iPhone app or Android app to even upload PDFs or ebooks or any documents that you have to be able to annotate on here. I've done this several times with signing documents and also bringing in scripts for videos, and as I'm doing the video, I have it up in front of me. Now, one thing I'm pretty impressed at that is the user interface for the web and the Mac and the iPhone applications. They work so well and allow you to upload stuff, and it does sync relatively well, although it takes a few minutes to bring down to the device because obviously you need to be in a Wi-Fi zone to be able to connect it up to that. So one of the new additions to the software is if you're inside of Chrome, you can get Read on reMarkable, which is probably one of my favorite features. Recently, they've added this feature so that you can save a web article in very simple text format to the device for reading later. I really like this because I can save some of the articles that I want to read for later, and it comes up on the device, and in the evening I can read it ad-free basically because there's no ads around it or complicated CSS etc. Around the screen, and I can start making annotations or notes for later and send that into Evernote if I fancy. So I want to round up some of my thoughts on this device. After using it for 6 months, it's actually become pretty much a daily device for me. I've been doing my journal on here for about 5 months now, and I really like it. Main reason is to kind of send it onto Evernote. Some of the other things I really like about this device is its lightweight nature, and also the fact that it takes you away from the screen on a routine basis. What I like about it as well is because I have the iPad Pro, I found that I'm not actually using my iPad Pro as much, even though there is such range of applications. I actually started using this for task management, for planning, for routine strategy sessions, and even scripting sometimes when I want to get off the computer. I think definitely this device is one that you have to know you want it before you can buy it. It's such a high price, and if you're someone that's umming and ahhing about getting an iPad or already have an iPad and don't really see the need, I'm not sure it's right for you. But if you're someone that wants to create, a better storage location for your paper or be able to connect it to digital services without going fully digital, then this is actually a really nice unit for you. The reMarkable 2 has a stunning design, it's reliable, and it's very portable. It's got a high price and its software isn't the most attractive, but in my opinion it's probably one of the best paper tablets on the market. Now there is a great YouTube channel, Alex Samuels runs a channel, and there's quite a few others that we'll include below, but he does some great deep dives into the reMarkable 2 and how it compares to other tablets in the e-reader space if you do want to check those out. So now on to the opportunity to win your own reMarkable 2 paper tablet. If you follow the instructions that are on screen now, you will have a chance of winning that. You can enter, and we're going to pick one of you at random in 14 days time from the launch of this video. So please do follow the instructions to enter, and we're excited to give this one away to you guys. The great thing is it will also come with the pen and a leather folio as well, which will include. So a big thank you to the reMarkable team for sending that over to do in this giveaway. So guys, this has probably been my most impressive device of the last year. I actually use it so often now. I really love using it in the evenings, especially because the wife actually doesn't notice that I'm using anything or doing any bit of strategy set, and she actually just forgets that I'm using it because it's not like a glaring screen in your face, and I feel actually more in the room than I do if I'm using something like that. So I would give this a really good rating, probably a good sort of 8.5, 9 out of 10 if it was an IMDb score. So guys, a big thanks for stopping by today. It's really nice to do the full review, and I'm excited to share my thoughts about this tablet. I'm hoping to do a course soon about the reMarkable if you do decide to get it. But if you're new here, it'd be great to have a subscriber, so please join us below. Anyway guys, a big thank you, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Cheerio.